We're a joke, guys. The country in a whole is a whole joke.
Yeah.
Like, we literally reelected a person who just hates a certain group of people.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it do. It's 3/6 of the All Points crew. And this is Jonathan the Great.
Smith West.
Isn't that just one half?
Yeah, I was thinking that in my head. He said 3.
This is Kyle.
Thank you. There we go. Yes, technically it's half. It doesn't seem like it, but whatever. Yeah, we're back for another episode and shit.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Yeah, we saw the election results and just gave up. We was like, there's no hope.
That was the last episode.
There's no hope.
That's
we was
crazy.
like, you know what? This ain't even worth it no more. Because I don't want to be Trump's enemy. So, like, I heard he's coming after all his enemies, and we're not favorable of Supreme Leader Trump on this show.
I refuse to call him that.
You can just pick up a tennis racket and,
He might be our last
few balls
president.
back and forth.
He might be our last president.
Why you say that?
Because
There's
he
going to
can
be no more elections.
He can be president. He can change the rules. He runs the whole house. He pays the bills in that house now.
Never gonna happen.
I saw this one article because I'm a headline nigga. It was like people are advising Biden to step down so Kamala could be president for a few
I seen that.
few weeks so she could be number 47.
She still has a chance to be the first black female president.
All Biden has to do is step aside.
That would be
But-
stupid.
Nah, well, you know,
I mean, he got better things to be doing right now.
Yeah,
he don't
shit.
golf.
It's
What
like,
does he do?
Why wait till the last minute to act like you trying to do something?
he been doing stuff. See, that's the thing. I like Biden. I didn't really go for him when they were in the whole debates and all that shit or whatever. But when he actually became president, I did vote for him. I like him as president because I
You
didn't
still
have to
voted
pay
for him even though it's
Kamala
Kamala
might
there?
lose some listeners, when you declare who you vote for.
No, I don't care. They can fuck off.
They turn,
You still voted for him even though it was Kamala?
No, that's not what I said.
I'm just
Shut up.
trying to make it funny.
Well, it didn't work because it didn't make sense.
Whatever. You said I
It
voted
didn't
for
work.
him.
Yeah, because in the original,
You know what?
During the debate, I was initially going for Andrew Yang, but since Andrew Yang did not win and President Biden won the whatever the fuck, I can't even remember right now, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But like I said, I did like him just for the fact that I could pretty much put my brain on auto cruise control shit, and I ain't had to worry about nothing. Like, it was smooth sailing or whatever, versus how it's probably going to be looking. And yeah, that's why I was like, I funny thing is, after the election and shit, I was kind of distraught a little bit, and I was telling this woman, I was like, look, Japan, Thailand, Laos, where you want to go. And she was just like kind of smiled or whatever. And I'm like, look,
It's like, I've been waiting for this.
nah. She don't want to leave. She want to stay here for some fucking reason. I don't understand why. I hate Kansas. I wish I could get out of here, but I can't because I'm tied to her. But so she started smiling, and I got a little annoyed because she smiled, and I'm like, ew, like shit's about to get crazy around here. Like they pretty much put the Mandate out on all motherfuckers that ain't white. It was just like, it's up. And I was just like, you can't be this clueless to anything that's going on. And then I had to leave the house because I was going to start yelling at her.
Start smoking.
Hey, that's a smart man, Leave and cool off.
Nah, I had to go get some food, so I had to leave anyway.
Yeah, that's what we're going to disguise it as, getting food.
That's what it was. I was sitting in the line at whatever the $5 pizza shit.
Punching the steering wheel.
Nah, I would never hurt my baby. But nah, man. So I came back and I was just I was like, man, how the fuck do you not pay attention to what's going on in your own world? Like, it don't make sense to me. But whatever.
I don't know, man. It's just like, you get those certain Asians who feel they're a certain race, a little bit closer to a certain race.
Mm-hmm. They become mayor of Wichita.
Yeah, and they feel, or they either feel another side of the race.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one you got feel a little bit closer
one
to
you
the
got.
whites,
Nah.
so she don't feel affected by any of
She's
this.
dead center.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's Asian.
Straddling the fence.
Man, straddling. But nah,
Or maybe
man.
she has a backup plan you just don't know, and she didn't want to tell you just right away.
I wish she would. I wish she would. I will. Yeah. Punch the steering wheel. Yeah.
Well, don't worry, guys. We got nothing to worry about. The next 4 years are gonna fly by. Trust me.
Nah, I was looking at it. It's Gavin Newsom. He's like the governor from California, and he's definitely talking his shit to Trump. Like, yo, all that deportation of the Mexican people or whatever, we not doing that. Like, we not doing that. We holding a council over here, a little thing to try to Trump-proof America, the Trump proof blue states and everything. So you can try, but we ain't gonna do it. And I was like, hell yeah, let's move to California. And then she's still like, and I'm like, all right, bitch. Like, we gonna have two different mortgages going on here because I need to get the fuck out of here. I can't stand red states. I just, it's disgusting. Y'all even know, and I don't want to,
Well,
I'm clearly not the political dude. We're missing two of those dudes, but it was something that I learned that it was just like red states like Kansas and all the fucking southern states where niggas is just dumb. All the blue states pretty much pay into those states to like help them out. Didn't even know that. I was like,
I don't know.
y'all got the nerve to try to talk some shit about anything and don't know nothing. I was like, the fuck out of here.
Did you see how Kansas broke down? Like the red and the blue, and like the small slither of blue,
Yeah.
was in Wyandotte. You know where the niggas stay.
Yeah, it's like Kansas City, Lawrence,
Yeah.
Topeka, surprisingly.
Where all the niggas stay.
Yeah. Wichita was blue for a minute, and and it was funny watching all the TikToks, and they're like this little short or whatever. Actually, I don't care. I'm not gonna explain it because whatever. If you ain't seen it, you ain't seen it. It don't matter.
It happened. That's
It
all we
happened.
could say. And we're a joke, guys. Not this show. Of course, the show's a
You're
joke.
talking about the state.
But the country, in a whole is a whole joke.
Yeah.
Like, we literally reelected a person who just hates a certain group of people.
I hate that though. Don't say
Yeah.
we.
Well, it's like us as a country, y'all reelected him.
Some of them.
Like, he literally, like, is openly hateful towards people,
And
a certain group of people.
Yeah.
But just because it's not white, you're cool with it, and it's so weird.
Yeah.
That we as a country it's just weird, man.
Yeah, it
and
is
then
weird.
and then it's like, so that happens, and then like we got, YouTube pranksters fighting 50 something year old ex boxers
Yeah.
and winning, like, and then winning.
He was
scripted to win.
And winning and holding back against like this angry grandpa.
No,
Yeah, I'll say it to his face because Tyson ain't no more. I'll say it to his face.
No, if you look at it, like, if you squared up with a gentleman, you're like 27 years younger than, or whatever whatever the numbers are, why would you be retreating the whole match? Like, Mike Tyson was like literally chasing this dude around the ring
Because
and
he
I
was
just-
holding back.
And I was like, man, stop chasing him. I'm like, you gonna have to do the ollie and just lean on the ropes and let him come to you.
He
and then
didn't
you could
want
just
to hurt his best friend. He didn't want to hurt his friend.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Best
all the metrics. I didn't know, like, the rules were so stupid. Like when there's like Jake Paul was trying to measure, like when you kind of like put your glove out to like try to size them up before you throw whatever you're trying to throw, and then the ref was like, no measuring. So that was just like little hints and clues on all the restrictions that they had to follow. So it was just like,
There was no rules about biting your glove though.
Biting your glove.
It was Titan.
it's just a money grab.
Yeah. My watch party was, they were pretty pissed because everybody in there was ready to see Jake Paul get his shit busted, and it didn't happen. Like, everybody was just like, what the fuck him up. Like,
we knew it wasn't gonna happen. As soon as that nigga turned around, his booty cheeks was out.
I'm glad I did.
When Grandpa forgot to put on his pants, we knew it was not going down.
The moment that people started talking about that, like, oh man, his cheeks is out or whatever, I was like, good. I'm glad I was in the garage and I missed
Like,
that
you don't
shit.
care about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
they showed it at the end during the highlights. I don't know why that
You
was the
think we
scene
made it to the
they chose.
highlights?
Yeah, it was at the end.
No, I said you think we made it to the highlights?
Oh yeah, well Netflix wouldn't allow me to watch any of the fight, so
I don't know. It's
I
just
watched
like
it through Twitter.
3 out of the fights, like the first fight where they was like, oh, it was a draw. It wasn't no fucking draw. Homeboy, I forgot his name. They had the pink gear.
Yeah.
He won that because he like came back at the end. Now
Which is
obviously
weird. How you get a draw in
Amanda
boxing?
chick from Puerto Rico, she fucking won. She got robbed.
That's what
Yeah,
I
I
heard.
don't. I think it was just white supremacy throughout that whole night.
And then if you look at the stats, like she landed more. You know, like her percentages was way like higher. And, like,
the chick headbutted the girl, busted her open,
And she still
and
fucked her.
still won.
so it was just like, I don't know, man. That's why I don't really like sports when like the outcome is like solely in the hands of judges.
Yeah.
Like even when my daughter did gymnastics, like obviously her skill set was higher than the average girl.
Obviously.
And I wasn't gonna say she was like the best, but she was she was at the top. But
Yeah.
like she'll win like first place and like a meet here, go out of town to the little small white towns.
Of course.
Where she's like, you might see a sprinkle of black people or like a little
course.
mixed girl here or there. All of a sudden, she goes from like first, like her skill sets didn't drop off in 1 week.
Bro.
And now she's not even placing. She's like 11th or 12th.
They said, you think you got you another Simone Biles on your hand? Nah, nigga.
Now I've literally seen, I watch somebody's routine and see all the errors and the wobbles and, you know, stuff not being clean.
She was
She'll
probably
go up
dancing.
and do her routine and you can like look at the eye test that hers is better.
Do they
And
get
then she
the-
still get a lower score.
Do they get to pick songs? Do they get to perform to, or they even perform the music? I don't know
Yeah,
how
once you
gymnastics
get
work.
to I think it's USAG, like you get to pick your own song. But yeah, it was just I was
White
like,
girls
yeah, we
probably
got to
dancing to Taylor Swift.
I was like, yeah, we got to be done with this. It's like it was gonna get more intense where I had to do the circuit. Like I drove to like surrounding states, but I would have to go to like Chicago and like I would have to go farther out and get hotels and like rental
man,
cars.
you
And I'm
want
like,
Simone Biles
I'm
or
about to put all this money in just to go get screwed out by a fucking judge, all white judges. Like I ain't got time for this.
You know
man.
what's funny about that? And I don't want to make it racial, but sometimes shit just comes up. You know,
Yeah.
I had
Look at the election.
sort of like a sort of theory on that. Like a lot of the people, like the small town Hicks and whatever, yada yada yada. A lot of those people, and there's a lot of them out there. The reason that they stick to that kind of routine and, you know, doing shit like that is because they know they're getting outpaced.
Yeah.
And I think they realize that shit. Like, she's fucking good. She's wiping these motherfuckers down.
Yeah.
There's no way that we can allow you to go forward with this shit and everything. We have to keep the status quo and everything.
That's why it's called white supremacy. They think they're supreme, like superior over everything else. So it's
There's that feeling on it, and
weird.
then there's the fear of where you know that you're starting to become outpaced. Like you got people that are performing better than you in school, and not just like, you know, sports and all this shit, but just like academics, you know, science, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just like you realize that you see this, and you see a lot of other people that are coming for, you know, the replacement theory and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like they're doing better, and the only way we can pretty much hold them down is to pretty much hold them down, and any other
control
things
the
that
outcomes.
yeah. So I think a lot of that shit's happening, and yeah, it's crazy that it's still there, and some people are so obvious about it too.
Yeah, because he's like the homegirl. She had all. Was she from Ireland or some shit? She had all the belts and shit. You got this little Puerto Rican girl, just like you know, persevering through the fight, dominating towards the end, and then it's like unanimously, like she couldn't get like.
she even lost a point and still won.
There's like she couldn't get one judge to score in her favor. Like she just like she did not lose that fight.
I would have to see the judges too, but it's like it makes you wonder, it makes you question, because it's like, okay, yeah, it's all white judges. It's like, okay, what makes you think black people aren't being judges at these
Yeah, it's like, what does these
Competitions,
motherfuckers
like-
know about boxing?
Yeah,
So it's like one of them things you get more respect if like you've been in that career path, whether maybe you didn't have to do it, but you've been around it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind of like, you know, all the referees, like they go to school for that shit, but
What's
it'd be
your
like a referee
credentials?
that ain't never played basketball or played football. They just didn't have the talent, so they want to be around it. So I'm gonna be a ref.
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Yep, but it's everywhere. Boxing, music, politics.
Tennis.
Tennis.
I'm curious when the NFL is going to realize that Patrick Mahomes is half black.
I think they know.
Because they love
I
him
don't
so
think
much.
he knows, though.
I don't think he knows. I don't think he has it.
That's because he's married to a white woman.
Yeah,
You
so
know, the moment I realized that he was, biracial or whatever, it's like
Moment on that joke.
not that.
his daddy.
No, I saw his glasses and I was like,
Oakley's?
yeah. I was like,
Hey,
get those
Oakley.
shits out of here.
Wear him on top of his little baseball cap.
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
Because they love him. He's like the only lovable, half black person that we might have in this country right now.
There's logic.
No one's talking about logic.
That people always talk about logic.
No one's talking
They
about
say
logic.
that
I think
He got wiped out.
I think this year alone, we probably talked about logic more than the whole country has talked about logic.
Well, we are the country, all right.
We are the voice of the
We're what the
voiceless.
culture's feeling.
We are.
But man,
But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's white people scared of being the minority, and they
oh my
scared
god.
of women.
And that's the thing too, like the election. We can get off politics. The election results, and then they broke it down by like race, gender, yada yada yada, and then it was just showing how like how many white people voted for Trump, and then like everybody on TikTok, all black people was just like, oh, okay, we showed up for y'all for like literally everything, any rallies or anything that's going on forward. Do not call us when you're showing up.
Trust-
And I was
don't
like,
matter.
yeah.
But just look at
We're all talk.
look how much like is defaulted. Like it's like
It's
like I can see like y'all with your son, how he's in the Tyler Creator and like he
Yeah.
want to be him for Halloween. It's just like you kind of embedded that in him because you probably play the music around him, you watch the video,
Yeah.
so he like naturally
Yeah.
born into liking Tyler the Creator. So what do you think all these new voters did? Like their mom and dad and
Yeah.
grandparents, they like vote this way. So there's like, all right, you're old enough to vote now, and
get out
if you
there.
don't vote for the right person, you can't come over for Christmas.
Yeah.
You're not bringing the kids over for Christmas dinner. So it's just like,
I just want to
it's an
talk to
opinion. That's how I feel like maybe how it actually went down.
I just want to talk to like a young Trump supporter, like around our age. I don't want to talk to old Trump supporters. 'Cause I already know why they support the man. But I really want to just sit down and talk to him. Like, do you really believe the stuff that he says, and do you really believe he's going to do great for us? Like I just don't get it.
I mean, you kind of want to believe it because if we don't believe it, like you don't want to see
Yeah.
the Black Mirror effect of what the alternate universe can be if he's not successful.
I thought January 6th too, Electric Boogaloo was going to be lit if Kamala won. Kamala won.
I did talk to somebody that voted for him though. I won't say who it is or whatever, but
No, it's
Starts
Aaron
with
nah,
It's air him out,
nah. I mean, you ain't gonna listen to this anyway, but,
right?
it doesn't matter.
We
but
don't.
he
Yeah.
ain't gonna listen to this.
I talked to him. He's just like, well, there was a bunch of like illegal people and they came in. Mind you, this person is Asian. He's like, I came in. My family kind of got in the right way and everything.
No, right way.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, but it's also one of those things. Is like if people are trying to get away from oppression or just fucked up situations in wherever the fuck they at, you think they're gonna stand in line and be like, hey, I want to apply for it? No, they're trying to get the fuck out of wherever they're trying to. People are trying to possibly kill them or whatever, just anything.
Yeah.
So it's like no, But-
And I don't mean this in any type of racism stuff because I think John Oliver already touched on it. If you watch his show, this ain't a racial thing to say, but like if they do get deported, if these illegals do get deported, like who's gonna do these jobs that we don't want to do?
Yeah.
Like it's like y'all talking about like, oh, we're gonna get so many houses and we're gonna build houses. Y'all know who's building these houses?
Yeah. And it's also to piggyback on that. It's just like, we're gonna bring back American jobs. We're gonna get jobs for Americans, like the jobs that Americans don't want to do.
Don't want to do.
Like,
Like, you're
no.
this ain't a race thing, but your hotel that you spend so much money
Yeah.
at is
Who do you
not
think
going to be
cleans
clean
that?
because the African lady who worked at that hotel, y'all
It's
gonna go
safe.
Mexican. Exactly. The African lady that worked at the hotel is gone now because of some BS.
You can't eat a cat.
Exactly. So it's like, You know that Asian joint that you like so much that you go on Fridays and spend your paycheck at? They're not gonna be there. Mr. Yang Dang ain't gonna be there.
They will be the last to get deported. If I'm being honest, they will be the last.
They'll find some way. Exactly.
Yeah, but
It's like, I don't know. It's feel like we going on a blind date, and you just hope for the best outcome.
No,
but in this
no.
scenario, it ain't a blind date.
It's not
We
a
know
blind date.
exactly who we get.
This is us going back to our abusive ex.
No, you just-
that's what we're doing.
I mean, you hoping the sequel is gonna be better than
we're
the
hoping our
original.
exes
Maybe
changed,
he's grown.
and our exes, we've hoping
Nah.
we're
Right.
hoping our
I
abusive exes
changed. I don't
change.
do that
No,
anymore.
he's
In the first
dining
5
and-
seconds,
He's still
exactly.
dining and dashing.
Exactly.
He's still farting at the dinner table.
Exactly.
Just,
Oh,
This is what it is. America broke up with you, and now we're back at it, and we're thinking it's gonna be better this time
Yeah.
around. No,
we
he's
must
just
have been drunk and just called him over for some dick or something.
Exactly.
Now, that's probably what's going on here.
he's old and he's older and surrounded himself with more and more despicable, hideous,
Yeah.
I
disturbing
like how he
people.
gave my girl some smooches on the cheek and like was hitting some volleys with her.
Ooh.
I don't know, is he trying to like kiss up to us? But he was like with Serena Williams, and you know, he was like they was hitting a few balls back and
The
forth.
nigga worked at McDonald's. Of course he's trying to cater to us. What are you talking about?
No, it would have been more reckless if that was Popeyes.
No.
He was like putting the 2-piece in the box.
Shaking the fries. He put extra fries
Want
in.
Cajun sprinkles?
The one, and I say this with the one good thing about him being back in office or anything like that, being associated or close to it, is that now we get more jokes off and everything. So if he was gone, we wouldn't be able to do the Popeyes bit. Like, make sure you drink some water with the biscuits. They'll dry you out faster than Joe Biden's skin. But yeah, man, crazy shit. The dude that I was talking to, he said the illegal thing, and then he started talking about he don't believe in abortion, and he told his story, which was pertaining to his family, yada yada yada. But I was like, yo, the people that you wanted to get in here are like, yeah, abortions should not be in America at all, blah 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 blah.
That's what he said.
No, that's what I'm telling him. I'm like, but and if somebody like raped your daughter, I'm like, we all got daughters here. Everybody that I was talking to, I was like, so if that happened, they would basically say that your daughter is forced to have that baby, and like
What's
you
the
really-
difference? Okay, is this guy a gun owner?
Probably not.
Well, anyways, like you say, you don't believe in abortions. Doesn't really matter what you believe in. It's like you're not the one that's
Yeah.
So it's just like you don't believe in abortions, but like
What if she
you know,
does?
if somebody is threatening or harming something you need to protect, I'm sure you'll take that person's life in
Yeah.
an instant. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
You're still like
That's where we're going, and I was just like, he's like, but it's a life. I'm like, motherfuckers is laying in the hospital bed and get unplugged all the time. Like you're trying to basically. What?
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, yeah, you're basically just making it sound like, oh, well, we all value these lives in utmost importance, but
then help that
and then
homeless
the way I go about things is like I hate premeditated responses for like hypothetical situations. So there's like everybody has a strong stance on what they wouldn't do, but obviously you can never know what you're gonna do until you're in that position. But being that you're a man, you would never know like if I need to terminate something because like you said, it could have been a rape incident. It could have been a lot of issues. So it's just like I don't feel like you have the judgment to make that call unless you're physically in that situation.
Doesn't have the judgment.
kind of like that actor that we just got done watching boxing. One had a line that said, "No, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face."
So like someone broke it down to me why that side is so pro or against abortion, and it clicked to me, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know the numbers, I don't know the statistics or the facts,
You
but
mimicking someone.
they explained to me that like if you
got
look at the numbers, the highest rate of people getting abortions are white people.
Okay.
And the reason why they are against abortions is because if a white person gets an abortion, it's eliminating their race.
Yeah.
Smaller. It
That's
makes
how
it smaller,
someone
yeah.
broke that down to
There's
you.
less white people
That's
in
their
the
biggest
world.
fear.
There's less white people in the
replacement
world if these white ladies keep getting abortions and killing off the white race. So that's why they're so gun ho about if it was like Mexicans getting abortions or black people getting abortions,
Line 'em up.
and they'd be like, let's do it. Let's kill these
Get
babies.
2 for 1, like
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. But since it's the white women getting abortions, they're like, no, we got to protect the race.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that makes perfect sense. That's crazy.
You know, it's crazy. Before the last episode that we did, when we were talking, off mics, getting ready to leave and shit, and it sort of got to the conversation of like, these fake Christian people or whatever that are like, well, God doesn't want us to do that and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, I hate what they've done because I'm starting to get to the point where I don't even really fuck with like the Bible anymore. And I'm like, it's the worst game of telephone ever.
It is.
Like
it is. It was written. It was.
3 of us couldn't get a message across here, but successfully. So how the fuck are we gonna take this for what it is?
And man takes it what they don't like, they erase it, and they add in stuff that makes sense to them. So.
It's a whole bunch of shit that I'm just starting to kind of take a step back. I'll say it on air. Like it's not like I don't believe in something. I don't know, but as far as that, I'm looking at it like,
It's just one of those things that someone I read. I saw this caption too, and it was like, if you die and you don't believe and there is no, afterlife, whatever, then okay, then it doesn't matter. If you die and you don't believe and there is an afterlife, then you're kind of screwed.
I mean,
but if you die and you believe and there is an afterlife, that means you live, you're going to be good. If you die and you believe and there is no afterlife, then it's just like, at least you lived a good life,
Hopefully.
So it's like, it's one of those things. So it's like, but yeah, the Bible is, it's weird, and we can sit there and be like, we're freedom of religion, freedom of this and that, but like we so hold Christian values so high above everything else,
but
and
be
it's so
married and then get a
weird.
divorce and then cheat on your wife and
exactly.
The shit's it's up, man. It's done. Let's start a new religion. All right, since it's this easy, do that John Oliver shit.
You can. I mean, is that you really can?
Nah,
Shoot, but
they be getting me tired with this shit. When they be getting me tired with this shit,
We look like Samuel L.
W
Jackson.
energy. You say what?
That movie he had the little white beater and the crazy hair. He was just looking.
Yeah, man.
that's gonna be us all next 4 years.
Nah, it'll be okay.
Wait,
It'll be okay.
I think we'll be off. I think we'll be
If
fine.
we go to Oklahoma State.
I think if you don't know who his vice president is, I think you should do more research on him, because I honestly, I'm not wishing harm on our future supreme leader at all. But like,
Fuck outta
if he
here.
does make it all 4 years, that would be very shocking. But like mentally, I don't think he's gonna make all 4 years.
That would be crazy.
I honestly
just-
believe that.
He's on the toilet and he just.
I don't think he's gonna go. I just think mentally he's not gonna. Just like they kicked Joe Biden out of the race, I think their leaders, people behind the scenes, are gonna be like, "Yo, you ain't really making no sense. You want us to send them macaroni?"
Been making sense, but it is what it is. Anyways, yeah,
Not making sense in this era is making sense.
True. We are a circus.
It's a Twilight Zone.
We have people beating up old people for TV for money.
I'm so mad at that shit.
Yeah, it was like embarrassing for both sides. I don't know. It's just like sad to watch. Like,
I don't know, if I was white, I'd been like, hell yeah. Get that nigga.
I don't know.
But like, I was thinking about it. I was
beat
like,
Michael Jordan 1-on-1 right now.
I was gonna say,
he's like 60. I'm like,
I was gonna say, if you was facing Michael Jordan 1-on-1 right now, would you hold back just a little bit because he's the great?
Nah. I got mama mentality.
Yeah.
Busting his ass.
I'm gonna bust his ass.
Like you gonna learn today.
So it's just like, it's like the same thing. They're like, oh my God, it's like he was so dominant. This is like his airness, but it's like, okay, he's old, so he's restricted and limited on his superpowers have dwindled away. So me, I can capitalize on that, and he wouldn't be able to beat me.
You had a key word there.
If you was banging out your favorite porn star, you wouldn't just hold back a little bit just because they had a great.
Okay, this is the last thing political, and then I'm off of it. It is a damn shame though when you gotta unfollow some of your favorite porn stars Because after the whole thing, they're like, "Oh my God, Trump 2025." I was like, "Hey, bitch, only time I want to see your mouth open is with a dick inside of it." All right. But it was a tragedy,
up,
man. You say what?
That's messed up.
No, that's her job.
Yeah, I mean,
Controversial takes.
No, that's real shit. Come on, man.
I don't know.
How do you know Michael Jordan playing basketball? Do you watch him play golf? No.
I've watched him play golf.
You are a fan.
I mean, yeah, I've seen him at NASCAR games.
yeah. If I saw Michael Jordan driving a NASCAR, I would watch.
I mean, I kind of got birthed into Michael Jordan because that's how I started watching NBA, because my dad was like the biggest Bulls fan. So I was watching the NBA when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So
okay.
that's where my love of basketball
maybe
came
bad
from.
example.
Was from the
All right.
old man.
You know him what you know him for, and that's what you love him for. Yeah. But anything else, it's like, all right, I can tolerate you doing this thing, but sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you can't. Just look, keep running your mouth, and I'm gonna stick with it. Get it? A hoe. Yeah. But
sounds like a fantasy you have.
I mean, who wouldn't want to hit
a fantasy or a fetish?
I would say not really.
Needing
like
fulfilling.
I
like
mean,
the
I
three
would.
F's.
I put it out there like I
fantasy
would.
fetishes need fulfilling.
That's why you the greatest rapper.
I mean, if I was in that
never got
scenario
paid.
to have sexual relationship with a porn star, I probably wouldn't do it.
Wait, you say you what?
I probably wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't smash porn star?
Nah, not from like nasty perspective, but just for like, I probably wouldn't be able to hold up, keep up. Like,
Better get some
man, some honey and some Four Locos and some Dovey.
I guess.
But I probably wouldn't if I had the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. I would. Nah, man. But I can't because
yeah,
relationship shits. But
like that cord right there. See that knot in it?
yeah,
It's tied.
Mm-hmm.
You getting there?
I'm getting there. And one thing I do want to do with her before we do get married and whatever, before we actually officially
Don't say
put out.
skydiving or
Nah, fuck
nothing
no,
crazy.
no. It's not gonna be anything crazy. No.
Will you marry me?
But nah, man. One thing I do want to do before we put out like the invitations and all that shit is I want to cut a promo with her. Like I want some Macho Man and some Sensational Sherry type shit. Like, babe, we're getting ready to get married here. And she's like, just like fucking yelling in the back. Like, have you seen those shits?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
They're just crazy. And I'm like, man,
Is it crazy or is it cocaine?
It was both. Both. A mixture of both.
It was a loving
Both
relationship.
type of
when they was
seeds, crazy and cocaine.
It was 80s though.
Speaking of cocaine, since we on a wrestling, just a real bit. I seen like a little, seen like a clip. It was like this. It was this coke. It was. You seen the cocaine dude?
Yeah.
He was like the coke slam. This dude was cracked out, all skinny. His mask was about to fall off. He just.
Instead of like the red and black suit, he
Yeah,
got a
what?
white and black
He
suit.
just put out a little dime bag.
He's like, yeah, man.
I was like, these
that's
little
the kind of wrestling I want to see.
these little indie circuits.
They had that, and then they had what?
The Michael
Hakeem.
Jackson?
I didn't see the Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
But I
there's a
saw
Michael Jackson
the
one.
was it Prince Hakeem or whatever when
I
he was in
didn't see
the like the McWarnels. What was the fucking?
Yeah, they got the golden arches.
Yeah.
We got the golden
He was
arch.
dressed like that in the ring, and he was beating people up like he did with Samuel Jackson.
McDowell's or whatever.
Yeah. Like I was like, yes, like that's the wrestling I want to see.
I gotta look that one up.
Do it. Shit's funny. But what?
Well, y'all, I finally saw the movie.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I was just about to ask.
I finally saw The Last Dragon. It was on Netflix. And I was like, you know what? I would have watched this.
Yeah, you could have.
At first, I was like, this is the most corniest movie.
You gotta watch it in that era.
This is the worst
Watch
movie.
that now.
Yeah,
It's
even
so
now.
corny. And then towards the end, I was like, yo, that movie was kind of dope. Like,
Exactly.
I was like,
He stood
wait,
up.
that was kind of dope. It's funny. And main girl, she was a baddie.
That was
from back
my,
in the day. Yeah,
my girl. I mean, she passed
Yeah.
away from cocaine.
I saw that. Yeah,
Abuse.
I definitely Wikipedia'd her.
Yeah.
But my son was watching. He was like, is that Michael Jackson? And I said, no, it's not. But it looked
say
like
yes.
it. I said,
But he did it all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And watching it, like, I don't know, Bruce Leroy, that part seems like it was written for a Michael Jackson type person, though. Just watching it, I was like, I wonder if Michael Jackson was interested in the main role of this movie. Because, you know, the guy who wrote it, right, Barry Gordy,
Yeah.
the president, a co-founder of Motown, I'm pretty sure he had ties to Michael Jackson. Jackson was just like,
I'm just mad because
nah.
there's lost tapes. There was like a bunch of scenes or extras, and it got destroyed or damaged.
Yeah,
So
you
I
can
wonder what
tell.
was on those. Like,
You can tell because that movie's all over the place.
No, it's not.
No,
It makes
it's
that movie
classic.
is all over the place.
I remember the first time I showed my baby mama that, and then years passed, and then she was like, "Yeah, I remember you showed me that movie. That movie was really good. I love that movie."
You changed her life.
There's some
In
plot
two
holes.
ways.
Yeah.
There's like, how did Show Enough know about Bruce Leroy? Like, how did he just?
See, that's what I wanted to do a sequel of that for.
Yeah, there has to be some.
No,
yeah,
'cause
there's
they
some-
gonna ruin
a
it.
prequel.
Nah,
No, it has to be a prequel,
prequel.
because it's like, why does he hate him so much? Like,
Because
why
they were both young Thundercats.
That's the
and
only
then they trained
explanation.
together, and then
Yes.
they was like, you know, like
You would hate a nigga if he could catch bullets with his teeth.
But how did he know about this nigga? How did he
Because he's like,
know
the
about
hood, he's
Bruce
like, he's like
Leroy?
the hood legend.
They came up together. They started learning martial arts, and then eventually, Show Enough started going down the wrong path and everything. And he became the Shogun of Harlem. And then they had a little fight, and then you know, Bruce Leroy's friend, you know, he borrowed $20 from Big Worm, and then that's when Bruce Leroy was fighting him in the streets, and he picked up a brick, and then
Threw it to his face. But no, that's how we was always like
Friday reference. But
when Ye was on his little Shutter Shades era, and you first had him, and then I got him, and then we was like, I was like, yeah, that originally came from Shogun, the Shogun of Harlem. But you probably didn't get that reference
know.
because you never seen the movie.
he just smiled and nodded.
I was like, yeah.
But I always
like,
duplicated that fight scene at
Or
the end.
how you
throughout the
always be
house.
saying, rough him up, baby. Or whatever you-
Jack 'em up,
him up,
baby.
baby. Jack him up, baby. You always say that.
Jack 'em up,
I was like,
baby.
okay. If this nigga always be doing something.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I get all the references now, but I'm like,
And then his little brother kind of remind me of Alex.
yeah, it's like, he always has something
man.
cool to
He
say.
gotta have a mouth on him.
He
you know,
always
he
has
gotta-
something cool to say. But I didn't understand.
Let me out of here, Leroy. Let me out of here.
I didn't understand.
Why did he start pop locking when he was tied up and shit?
Yeah, trying to get
He
to
was like, ugh,
robot
hey.
got Jimmy out here. No, I didn't like how Show Enough and his crew showed up to his parents' pizzeria.
Yeah.
And they
Daddy Green's pizza.
Why?
You gotta move your pizza.
Why?
My favorite scene, though.
And then as the homie was leaving the pizzeria, he had to slide back, kick that door, and broke all that
No, he
glass.
kicked the little,
The machine.
screen.
Yeah,
They
and I
had
was
the girl
like-
singing on it.
My homie was like, I don't even own
scene.
that.
I got that scene saved because that shit was funny. She was up back there just, He was like, shut up, bitch. That shit is saved. I'm
That's that John Jones kick.
Yeah.
You seen that?
I said, why? Why does Show Enough hate this man so much? Then he got to jack up his family's pizzeria.
No,
Like,
he did.
I don't know what he did. That's
you
the thing.
know what he did.
No one knows what he did.
The real ones know what he did.
No,
All right.
it must be in that lost footage.
There's Harlem Legends going on there.
Maybe,
It makes no sense.
Maybe he was eyeing Laura Charles before he was.
No, he had Show Enough had baddies following him around.
It was
But his master was an asshole. He was like,
Of course, yeah.
he was making
Oh,
with
fortune
fortune cookie, and it was a fucking scam the whole time.
Gave him a belt buckle.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
that nigga
but
thought it was a
still.
medallion.
You ever
Yeah,
had
nigga,
a
this a
belt
belt buckle.
Yeah, homegirl even told him, you talking about you here for that belt buckle? He's like, what? Nigga didn't
No,
know
it's
what
a
belt
medallion,
buckle,
bro.
No.
She ain't never had a belt buckle.
I think that's where y'all say I got a type. I think it started as a kid. Like all these, like
She was a light skin.
all these icon, like
She had curly
these
hair.
figures, they were like prominent
I guess.
and dominant during that era.
It was so many, like, her hair changed in every scene she was in. If you watched it, if you watched that movie, her hair, even in scenes that were in
Yeah.
the same scene, if the camera will cut and it come back to her, it would be a whole different like
That's
hair.
because probably they did like multiple takes.
The editing
And when you a
was-
baddie, you change it up.
I guess.
Never
I
the same
guess.
twice.
I guess. But yeah,
But
Leroy.
overall, your experience with The Last Dragon was great.
If you would have watched it with us, it would have been more epic.
I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie.
Have you watched all of I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker?
Yeah, I've seen all that.
I gotta
yeah.
make sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm good on classic black movies.
No,
But,
don't.
yeah, I don't.
You put
I
a
don't-
negative connotation on that to like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Like,
need to.
classic.
I don't.
I'm
need to-
done with the
Black.
classic black movies.
I don't need to
I'm going
watch
back.
Harlem Nights. I don't need to watch.
You ain't never
Baby
watched
Boy.
Harlem Nights?
Nah.
Harlem Nights is a classic.
I don't think I've seen all that either, but I know that scene, or maybe I got it wrong.
It's funny though.
He's like, "Stop shooting that little motherfucker!"
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, but I finally seen it. So
Congratulations.
yeah, it was fun. It's on Netflix. If you ain't seen The Last Dragon, it's really worth the watch. We're not sponsored by Netflix, but Netflix come and sponsor us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's better acting in that movie than the Jake Paul and Tyson fight.
yeah.
But the Goonies.
Goonies?
You like the Goonies?
I like.
I've seen the Goonies. It was on in the
Are they
background.
doing a sequel with the original cast?
I
I don't know why.
Yeah,
It's that Asian man. He's so popular right now.
the
yeah.
boys at the booby traps.
He got his own
funny.
movie.
race.
No, it's funny. My older brother.
Why would you squint your eyes when you said that?
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
No,
I did.
It's funny.
Why'd you
when-
have on a rice hat when you said that
No,
to
it's
me?
funny. When I had took the what's her face to Texas to see my brother, we had went to the gym and played basketball, and we was talking about something, and a reference came up, and then I think he said that she looked like that, and then we started laughing, but she got the reference too. It's like, yeah, you like the little boy off of
What's his fucking name?
the Goonies. But yeah, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Speaking of Orientals,
Hey,
that's what to say.
Papa D.
Did you guys know that the Chinese inch is longer than the standard
This
inch?
can go multiple ways. I don't know what direction
It
this
is
going.
going that way. No, did you know that
Bring it
though?
up in every episode.
The Chinese inch is longer.
No, enlighten me.
The Chinese inch is 1.312 inches. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think you're small,
It's bigger, but it's still smaller.
If you think you're small, in China you're actually big, guys.
So it's
Just
bigger, but it's
think
still
about
smaller because sometimes if you get some clothes that's made from China, you gotta order multiple sizes up.
it. Yeah,
because you-
or
X.
when you buy a big screen TV from China, it's probably gonna
But
be
it's bigger though. 'cause
small. It's gonna be
inches.
Yeah. But yeah, just throw it out there. If you're feeling small, just know in China you're probably big.
It's good to know.
I mean, just do the math. Just do the math in your head right now.
Oh,
What else you got?
I got stuff that's not even relevant anymore because
Same.
it's been
That's why
so
I ain't even
long.
looking over there. I'm like,
It's so long, but I did
longer in
see.
China apparently. Oh,
I did see a pretty cool tattoo on a female the other day. I was on Instagram.
was it? Let me guess. Was it an insect?
What?
Was it an insect?
No, it
Was it an animal?
no.
Was
Did
it
it say
like
shoot here?
Was it
It
a
was
logo?
It was an anime tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Tim
I
would
was getting
appreciate
there. I
it.
was getting there.
It was because I like leg tattoos. I don't know what it is, but
Thigh
I think-
tattoos?
I think thigh tattoos, leg tattoos.
You
I
want to
think
wrap?
I think they're cool. I think tattoos on women are just sexy in general. But this tattoo, this tattoo in particular, I thought it was extra cool. It was a tattoo of Goku.
I thought I was the only one that caught that. I wasn't gonna say that.
it was a hood.
It was a tattoo
Let the man
of
live.
Goku from Dragon Ball Z doing the spirit bomb, and it was right below her booty cheek. And it was the most perfect thing. She
get a
had a
picture?
fat booty
Screenshotted
too.
it, huh?
Yeah.
I
Let me
didn't.
see it. Go ahead.
I didn't.
Pass it around.
I didn't pass it because
Pass it around the class.
we don't share porn in our group chats. But
We talking about tattoos.
yeah, it was a
Snapbacks.
nice little tattoo. It was right below her booty cheek, and it looked like a perfectly formed spirit bomb.
Until she get older.
Yeah, was it natural cheeks or enhanced
I don't know.
cheeks?
I don't know.
Because
I can't tell the difference unless it's really obvious.
Okay. I was about to say, how?
Because these girls
would it been
man,
more like? Would you respect the same artwork if it was Vegeta with a final blast, or would it?
It
Like,
wouldn't make any sense. It would have to be like a titty shot or something. It would have to be like on the side. I don't know. But I thought that
you
was a
sound like
creative
that.
tattoo,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it. So
You tell Kiera she got to get a tattoo?
she got tattoos. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Oh,
in
yeah.
reference to what we're talking about.
not that.
Not
No,
just
she
like
probably wouldn't
random,
do
like,
that.
hey, now you got to get a dog.
This
on
what I
your
was
shoulder.
like.
You know?
This what I wanted for This what I want for Christmas. Go put this on you. I'll sit with you and hold your hand.
Tattoo.
And fall asleep. Nah. Well, that's cool. I
I
guess.
mean, it'd
I'm
be
just saying,
exciting
like,
to look
if-
at.
if
Like,
you-
why you trying to like? stay
Ladies, if you're
focused?
listening to this and you got tattoos, yo, send them to where should they send them?
All points Gmail at Gmail. I don't know. Fucking know.
It's like
check that shit.
like
in
all
forever.
points questions, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah.
Send it over there, or we'll just get a look at it when we go to DreamCon.
Nah.
Somebody asked me that.
That ain't
and I was
happening. Asked you what?
like, are you going to DreamCon? I was like,
Somebody
it's
asked
up in
you.
the air.
Somebody that probably goes to DreamCon.
I don't know.
Okay.
Nah, DreamCon's in Houston next year.
Yeah.
They just keep going further.
I know. Man.
down
It's trying to get
south.
away from us. Like,
Exactly.
oh,
I
Trump's
predict
going to
Fucking
shut down
Kansas.
DreamCon.
Exactly. Who's gonna run DreamCon with all the mass deportation that they about to do?
yeah. Hopefully it look good out there though.
Traffic probably less.
True. Man. So yeah, we did just go out over the weekend. It was a good night, man. I had fun. Somebody
Excuse me.
didn't make an appearance.
Did you have
Hey,
fun?
I did.
No, I was making money, but
Yeah, he's back on his gambling
That's
tip.
fair. But,
But
no, man, I
did you have? Did
fun.
your friends have fun?
They did.
what
They did.
who was his friends that he was bringing up?
Just some-
His
It's
some
work-
two girls that I work with.
Yeah.
What they
and-
look like, huh?
They,
Oh, he said,
I mean, I'm not fucking them, so I don't really care.
Yeah, they-
You
they-
can be
Oh,
honest
he
if
just
you want
said
to.
friends.
Yeah.
you know, they was wearing their. I would like to see them in normal street clothes.
What was their ethnicity?
I don't know. Were they like Mexican?
Yeah, Asian and Mexican.
Asian and Mexican, yeah.
But
That
nah,
was
I
cool.
work with them.
was
They
cool.
don't really go out that often, and
Yeah.
the shorter one, she don't really drink that often. She's kind of a lightweight, but so
baby, lightweight.
so this time that they went out, it was all cool. It was one of them's birthday or whatever, and the funny thing this guy was talking about, they came over and they're in our section. They were kind of standoffish at first or whatever, and then they ended up like, okay, well, we're gonna go get a drink. And then Kyle, I guess, I don't know if he knew what they were doing or whatever, but when they started walking away, then he was trying to get on his shit like, yeah, old nigga, we ain't trying to hang out with you. We just like, shut up.
With this old nigga and his old friends.
I was like, they're getting a drink.
These ugly niggas.
So eventually they came back, and Kira and
Eventually.
Megan, not eventually, it takes a while to get a drink for people, but I don't know, because they don't go out, so they don't know how to fucking order. So eventually they go out and start dancing, Megan and Kiera or whatever. And I don't know, Kiera just came out of nowhere. It was like, yeah, I was slapping your friend's ass. And she didn't tell me to stop, so I think she liked it. I was
Oh,
just
damn.
like, this shit is wild.
I didn't know that. She
Yeah.
didn't tell me that story.
Yeah, apparently there's some titties out that I missed.
Oh, you did miss some titties. It was
Yeah.
some girl dancing on the pole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
I
showed
don't
her
know what
cakes.
she was doing.
Shit, last time I went out, y'all wasn't nowhere to be found.
When?
That was like
No,
right
nigga, shut
around
up.
Halloween.
No, nigga,
Yeah.
we didn't get the invite.
No,
No, nigga, we didn't get the invite.
What are you talking about?
No, nigga, we didn't get
the
the
one.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No, I had a DJ, I think, that Saturday.
On Halloween?
Yeah.
Nah,
well, the
not
one
Halloween.
right after, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Jonathan wants to go out."
Yeah,
And I was like,
what, man?
it was hard to get in anyway.
I didn't get
You
in.
got all the people that don't never go out trying to wear their costumes, so it was just hard to get in place.
Yeah, it was a lot. Went home, knocked the fuck out. But
That's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I had a good time. It was fun.
yeah, but later on, the shorter of the two or whatever, since she's lightweight, then you remember when Alex took somebody home and he had her in that shit talking position?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those nights for her. Because she was like trying to pull her out of there to go home or whatever. And she would just sit down. And she's like, no, I want to go back in and dance. I want to talk to the guys and get numbers and shit. And she's like, no, like, we got to fucking go home. So she texts me the next day. She's like, man, like, I ain't been to sleep yet. I had to take this girl's mom to work and everything.
Damn.
And she's like, I don't ever want to go out with her again. And I was like, that's fucking crazy.
How do you get her back blown out or something that night?
I have no idea. It's possible.
How do you feel about the club scene as we done matured in our years? Because I had this youngster talking about, he's like, he He's like 9 years younger than me. He just be talking like I ain't lived this. he was like, yeah, me and we call it Blackout Wednesday. Just like a thing we do. We get blacked out before Thanksgiving. I was like, why the fuck would you want to get blacked out? Just then your Thanksgiving is gonna be ruined. Exactly. You're gonna be slumped over the whole day.
You gotta have a hangover cooking the turkey.
No, because it's always busy the night before Thanksgiving. I was like, motherfucker, I lived it. We would always go out Wednesday night to piano bar, downtown, anywhere. And I was like, I forgot. This nigga's just now getting on the scene. I was like, you unk. I was doing this shit. I was doing this shit back in the heyday.
Doing this shit
3 times a week.
Pampers. Man.
Nah,
Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
The club scene nowadays is niggas don't dance, you know, literally and figuratively.
Too much money in their
like
pants.
people, they just don't dance. They just rather stand around on their phones and just talk. But like people like us who don't care, we just act a fool, I think. And
we're just dancing like nobody cares.
Exactly. I think that's the fun part. It's just like, because no one knows you in there. Or, well, they might know you in there, but like, who cares? Yeah, it's like, who cares?
Then that's what we always used to do was dance. It's like, you know how many random girls you done dance with that ain't never seen again.
Girls will dance. Girls will dance, but dudes will not dance. And then like there's like that random one guy who's there by himself dancing, and it's just like, dog, we ain't talking to you.
Yeah, that's what it was. Edible or something. I was rubbing cheeks on some chick. I didn't even know what she was.
Yeah,
like.
you was rubbing backs.
I was like,
it was when that Taylor Swift came on.
Yeah,
you got to dance with a white girl for a Taylor Swift song.
She started beating me though. I was like, you win.
Or like even the Houston thing with the bachelorettes, you know, I was dancing on the big booty white girl, and we had the little.
I don't remember that night.
But man, I just think no one really dances in the club except for like girls, and they only will dance.
You would think because it's like the TikTok era where they got a new dance for every song that comes out.
They only know how to do.
Exactly.
But how I feel like, you know, when I went, I had fun because I'm gonna do the same shit that I've been doing there before, just standing around in our circle or whatever and just drinking and talking shit about people, which is fun for me. So I'm like, whatever. Like, look at this. So look at her. Like,
it is different going to the club when you got a significant other who likes to actually do stuff in the club. So that's kind of fun. And she calls me awkward the way I be dancing, but like I think that's the whole point. She called me and I quote, she said I dance like a Teletubby. And I was like, that's a fat joke. I don't like it. But I think,
or you could just be like Lil Wayne is like, no, I can't dance, but I can dance on you. That's all that matters.
Nah, I just like to just, you know.
You got the Trump dance going on. He just did the Trump dance.
Jerking dicks, those.
Wasn't that John Jones or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, he was doing that, but we was talking about the show enough. Like he ended the fight with that back spin kick and cracked dude's rib. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
But I have fun. It was just fun, just being random and just messing with people. That's always a good time.
It's always
and
I don't know, man. It's just like I be trying to do stuff, but at the same time, you know, I got to make sure because I didn't have the terrible twos. You know, my child didn't have the terrible twos, but I feel like she trying to make up it for terrible teens.
Oh, well, yeah, you got a teenager on your hands.
No, she's not bad, but she just like
trying.
She's very opinionated and she's very. Like she knows how to clap back. She has a smart mouth.
Right. You gotta know. She gotta understand who her parents are.
And then we be about, I'll be about to throw. I'm like, hey man, you can. It's just this is what I got to deal with. I can see I can feel the shift in the change. And she about to go to high school next year, so I'm just like,
she'll be ready.
My hair gonna be looking like Wayne's. Like it's gonna be looking like a fish fillet. Like my locks about to start falling out.
Gotta understand who her parents are.
Yeah, I just can't like. I feel like, I'm not saying like Young Thug, like supervision, like, he's on parole. But I feel like
I don't blame you, dude.
If I don't I got to stay present.
You got to.
I got to stay present. Can you imagine, a little teenager at the house by themselves and, motherfuckers on FaceTime and doing whatever. You might put the phone up and try to do, I don't know. This is an unlimited possibility.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Been through a few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel y'all. Like, y'all got daughters. That's wild. It's crazy to think about.
See this motherfucker right here.
Yeah, when I'm picking her up from school, like I'll be parked, and then my window be down, and just the conversations that I hear in the small amount of time just waiting. The shit that comes out of these kids' mouths is fucking crazy. And I'm only sitting there. The bell rings. I'm only sitting there for like a couple minutes. I'm like, I was like, man, when she get in the car, I'm like, I can imagine what they be saying when, like, with all the shit that you hear during the course of your day. She's like, yeah, they say a lot of crazy stuff.
Wait, so none of our kids ride buses?
Nah.
What's up with that?
Well, mine riding. Oh, the older ones.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Like none of them ride. We all get picked up. We all pick up our kids.
I know what I did on buses. You ain't riding no bus.
Like my girls, they ride to school on the bus.
Yeah.
I pick them up after. Bus driver's some old man and he be taking this for the fucking time. And I'm like, look, nigga.
Yeah, it'd be after dark, but I don't know. I had my first girl. I had my first girlfriend in the 7th grade, so she's like, about to be a 9th grader. So I know where my thoughts were at. So
man,
I'm sure just remember, like, people have multiple personalities that they only put on display in certain scenarios. So it's like, you know how you act around certain people. Like, she has her personality around us, but then, like, I'm sure she has a different personality at school and around her friends that we don't ever get to see. But
like you saying how her and her friends would meet up on Roblox and just kind of running the block.
Man, she be on FaceTime. They be having like 3 people on FaceTime, just be talking and
FaceTime. It's the thing.
all kind of stuff. I'm just like, and then they on trend. Like, somebody go get a pair of New Balances or something. It's like, oh, I want this, and it's like, oh, I want some. You know what's trendy? They all want what's like popular. Oh, I want some Beat Solo 4s. Like, and then she knows about all the fucking music. Like, I don't play music around here. Like, I can play whatever, but now I kind of like edit it or have to have like a playlist. But this nigga be knowing all the damn songs. I was playing like
TikTok, bro.
I was playing like a Chris Brown song that wasn't even an official release. It was like a snippet. She knew the whole song, and then she started humming a Young Thug and Future song. And I was like, oh, no, ain't no way you know this song, because it was like, the song was like, I'm in a relationship with all my bitches. And then she made a cap cut to a Young Thug, and it's like, it's like that song it's the Shake It Out West song, and that song got some explicit lyrics. And then another one, she was playing the Motto, and I told her mom, I was like, listen to the Motto. I was like, do you know the lyrics on the Motto? I was like, do you know the lyrics? Like, why is she listening to this? So it's just like, she had a Spotify. I didn't even know she had a Spotify, but that's how she be listening. That's how she be listening to all her music.
You're not doing your due diligence.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm about to start handing out super kicks like the Usos.
Or just remember, man. Just remember, you ain't got to worry about her going down the wrong path, because there's a reason why they made sidewalks.
Yeah, because the streets ain't for everybody.
Just remember that.
And with this episode, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Wait, I got bored.
Nah, you.
So y'all be wondering what I be doing sometimes. I gotta keep things in order in my household.
That's perfectly fine.
I gotta keep them busy. I'm training for basketball. So basketball season, you gonna stay active.
Bios.
I'm gonna have to loan you my oldest. Yeah. And I was asking the girls, like, oh, what do you want to do now? You want to play soccer? Yeah. She'll just say yeah to anything. I'm like, Fina, what do you want to do? You want to play soccer? No. I'm like, what do you want to do? Basketball? I'm like, why? Because I can. And I was like, well, shit, nigga. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's cool, because like I was thinking about it. Why ain't there much Asian people in like sports?
There's a little Japanese dude on the Memphis Grizzlies.
Well, basketball. But then fucking...
Is there a famous football player that's Asian?
No.
Just like
their parents probably smart. They like, no, you ain't getting hit. You ain't getting hit in the head for a living.
You ain't getting no CTE.
Yeah, need them brains. But there's one last thing, and I can't remember what it was. So.
Do you guys ever have these moments where like you're trying to do one task, but in order to do that one task, you end up doing like 5 other tasks?
Yes.
Like you want to take the trash out, but in order to take your trash out, you got to find your shoes. But then you find out your shoes are dirty, so you got to clean your shoes off. And then, you
left something in the car. You got to go look for it. And you start cleaning out the car.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you clean out the car, and then like now you have to quit you because you realize you got no gas in the car. It's like spiraling. I'm just trying to take out the trash, but it's like you can't do it because you got all these different.
Yeah.
Like, did you know there was like a name for that?
What's it called?
It's called executive dysfunction or something like that. and it's like it's when you're trying to do one task but end up doing multiple tasks on top of that one thing you was trying to do. And like I thought it was just a me thing because like I call it like dad tasks. Like you end up doing like you're trying to change the light bulb, but you can't change the light bulb because you got to find a ladder, and the ladder is like all the way at your daddy's house. You got to drive to your daddy's house. You go to your daddy's house. Next you know he hungry, so you got to cook him some food. And then
That's different.
but you ain't got the food to cook. You got to go to the stove. And all you trying to do is change the light bulb. So it's like I call them dad tasks.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. Okay, because I'm thinking like that's just shit just popping up or whatever.
But it's like you gotta do these different things. Like you ever taking care of your kid, and you're like
No,
all
never.
these things just
woman
pile
work.
up. Yeah,
Nah.
I didn't know there was a name for it, but like that's me too. Like that's me a lot. Like
Damn.
I get sidetracked for a lot. And all I'm trying to do is just bring in the groceries.
I ain't never had shit like that happen. Nah, I mean, it just sounds like shit just pops up, you know, to get in your way to achieve the task or whatever. But I thought you were talking about like, oh, I want to start folding the clothes or whatever, but now I got to turn on this TV so I got something to listen to, watch or whatever while I'm doing it. But now I got to find the fucking remote, you know, and then once I find the remote, then I want to go to the bathroom and sit down because I got to take a shit or whatever. And then when I'm sitting there taking a shit, then I pull my phone out, and since all the things are moving and everything, and I get distracted. I thought that's the kind of shit you were talking about.
And then you find the remote, you finally sit down, you finally, you know, about to log into your app, but it done updated in the background. So now you got to relog in, and then you got to go through your phone, find the password.
That can happen, or that can happen on the internet. Like you need to like, oh, I want to order something. Like you look, oh, I need a new hoodie or something. It's getting cold. And then all of a sudden, you watching like
you got a whole hour.
basketball highlights, and then a new song done dropped. So you listen to that, and you just keep spiraling. Oh, then
That's
you
me
see
on YouTube,
You see
though.
this person now. You got to go like, oh,
That's me on something else.
I was supposed to fill out a timesheet, and for some reason I ended up watching fried turkey videos.
I was just about to ask, do any of y'all know how to cook a turkey?
No.
I've done it for the past couple Thanksgivings.
Like, wait, cook it. Oh, I don't know, I'm thinking of like
Fry,
I wanted deep fried turkey this year, but my girl won't let me. She says you ain't burning down my house. But I want to deep fry. I watched like 5 videos. I think I know what I'm doing now.
I was watching one now, stale cracker.
what?
No, it's just a YouTuber.
Stale cracker?
Yeah, that's his YouTube name.
All right.
We probably was he deep frying a turkey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching that while you walked in, but
Nah. Why was that? What's your Thanksgiving plans?
all right. So my brother and his family's coming down here.
That's
And, you
what's
know,
up.
me being the boss that I am of the family, you know, I'm paying for everything. So I'm buying all this food. I probably have to
Your
get
house.
2 turkeys, and you know, it's just a lot of stuff. So yeah, they gonna come down here. So we gonna see what that's
So
like.
you trying to learn how to cook a turkey?
I might not have time. I'm doing something else.
Did you already buy the turkeys?
I think
I bought one. Still gotta get another one because it ain't gonna last.
if you want like fried turkey, whatever, I think Arby's does it.
Fuck Arby's. I'm
Hey,
like, yeah,
hey,
Arby's.
they got the meats.
They do got the meats.
Boom,
Fuck
boom,
Arby's.
boom.
I
They
seen
got
that on their
burgers.
sign.
But I was gonna say, my girl, she selling turkey dinners. She cooks them and everything. If you don't want to cook it,
That's what's up.
yeah. So
You guys gonna get any guests?
what do you mean?
And invite Brett over?
Nah.
No.
Why we?
He
why
said
would
that
you invite
passionately.
Random guy over.
Emphatically.
I don't know.
No.
That
just
dude,
comes
I fear for him with his disabilities. They might get cut because we got some old nigga about to run our medicine.
That shit's
Did you?
wild.
I hate to get back on politics. Did you see the
No,
list?
it revolves around everything.
You see the list that FJR, FDR. I thought all the Kennedys were,
No.
you know, but they're not.
All right.
But RDF or whatever,
RFK.
RFK. You see all the things he's trying to ban,
Yeah.
like Gatorade and mayonnaise and children's Tylenol.
Oh, there's gonna be an uproar if
Crazy.
bans mayonnaise.
Can't ban mayonnaise. The Big Mac ain't gonna be the Big Mac no more.
Why next and big backs?
Like all the snacks and shit.
He
everything
trying
else.
to ban everything.
I'll be on TikTok, but if they had something or whatever, and it was talking about like it was a skit where it's like he came to somebody's house or whatever, like it's like ding ding, and he's like, who's there? And you hear his voice. He's like, all right, I know that you got I know you got the double stuff Oreos in there. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, I know where all the snacks are at in America, and you got a shipment coming to your house.
Golly.
That'd be some scary shit.
He got that
nigga
going
just
on.
pop
He
up.
got Dr. Oz as in his cabinet.
Yeah.
Golly, he got Elon on his cabinet. This nigga.
Yeah.
Y'all be ready for the next 4 years.
I'm
It's about to
surprised
be
he ain't
fun.
recruited. Yeah, you know, Ye and Elon was tight, and then Ye and Trump was tight, and you know, I don't know
Yeah.
if they still is.
Probably not. All niggas is crazy.
Really.
But anyways, we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. We're gonna give quick shout outs to all our people that listen. Hey, how's it going? Hi Megan. Hi Josh. Hi, what's that guy in Texas? Greg. I was gonna say Bert for some reason. Mario. Yeah. Gang. Woo. We back.
All them people you just named did not pay for our Patreon. If they really wanted to support us, they would get on their knees and log into their computers. It's signed up for our Patreon. It's just $10. I'm pretty sure you spent $10 this week on something stupid
Like
that you didn't
gas.
need. Yeah,
Food for your kids.
exactly. Like you probably spent $10 on like a bag of Cheetos. You could just spend it on us.
Yeah.
You know, for some high quality 3 videos that we have posted.
Yeah. Anyways, blah. Jonathan the Great.
Well, I never really have anything to say, but I'm gonna put this PSA out there.
Oh shit.
All the girls that I've been with had daddy issues, and the father wasn't present.
Wait,
So, with that being said,
Why you
it's
wanna-
vital for me to handle my business in this time frame. So when I be kind of busy and doing stuff, whatever, you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm being present.
Making sure that
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying.
Yeah,
He's trying to justify why he's
Yeah.
not on the show. I get
Yeah.
you. I get
It's
you.
Midwest.
Yeah. I don't want to justify the reason why I ain't been here, but yeah, this
It
is
ain't
Kyle.
none of they damn business.
Exactly. So if
ain't
you
gotta
know,
tell
if you know, you know. So yeah, if you don't know my grandma's name, we ain't really dogs. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Tyler.
But yeah, this is Kyle.
and we
Oh.
Out of here.
Peace.